Welcome to my 20th mudlarking video, which, depending on how today goes, is intended to be the first in a series of 3, possibly even 4, because today I'm going to explore the full extent of the dumpsite, which is featured in 5 of my previous videos. Not quite where I'm meaning to start, onwards to the corner. Here we are, and this little river flows into this bigger one. The names of both shall remain anonymous for the time being. And this land behind me, which I've just walked over, was rather stupidly once used as a huge municipal dump. Most of it was piled up downriver at least 70 metres from where the river was, and the river has moved towards it. But I can see that there's old buried rubbish sticking out here too. Lots of trash, as expected. Too much of it's plastic. I will take some, but I'm still aiming to travel light, and I'll come back to do a litter pick soon. Plastic. I'll take it. Lots of pottery on this beach, probably from the little tributary, which has some very old little towns upstream. But not much of it looks particularly old and interesting. I see a bottle stopper. I didn't really expect to find one at this end, but it might also be from the tributary rather from the dump. This little piece of a clay pipe stem looks like maybe 18th century, possibly earlier. And the second bottle stopper of today, a cut glass perfume bottle stopper by the looks of it. Quite broken unfortunately, but that's okay. Ooh, I didn't expect to be finding fossils today, but that's what it looks like. Wood or bark or something plant related, I think. It's quite heavy, but it's the first one like this I found, so I think I will take it. Third bottle stopper. I don't think I found one like this before. Feels like it's glass and has a hole through it, so for a pub or bar perhaps? If you know what it was for, then please do comment. I think this end was an active dump site in the late 60s, early 70s, with the older stuff being at the other end. There's a few bottles poking out. And let's see. Cowan Gate, Farmer's Wife, Double Devon Cream. It whips, apparently. 1960s, I think. I found many like this one. It's very common, and I still don't know what it once held. I shall leave this too, and all the others here. And I shall head downriver. I'm not far downriver, and there's another bit where the dump seam is exposed. There's bottles here, milk bottles and alcohol bottles, newspaper and all sorts. fairly modern and already eroding into the river. Lots and lots of flood debris. This isn't exactly the fault of litterers. It was torrential rain that washed lots of everything into the river, anything that was near ground level and unsecured and light enough, so mostly plastic. Nice bit of colour, probably just an old wine bottle. Yep, not really all that special and too big and heavy, just a nice aqua colour. So nope, not today. Onwards. Having seen all this mess, I'm going to have to come back fairly soon with some bin bags and a whole load of time. Today though, I can at least take some of the lighter pieces that would otherwise be picked up again if the water rose at all. Old milk bottle, just like the ones I knew when I was young. Kinda dates this end of a dump to the 60s or later. Let's see if there's anything else. Interesting, bottle with writing and label, and iridescence. I recognise the shape. It is, of course, Gordon's gin. Looks like it predates the screw-top ones, but it's still something for another day. Looks like a bit of a gathering place, probably for youngsters with alcohol. And a fire, thankfully safely encircled with stone. Goodness, hasn't the river been busy? That cliff looks new, like it's been carved out of somebody's garden. There's the remains of a wooden staircase at the top, which probably headed down a hillside which is gone. Sorry for the whiplash, looks like a raptor bird of some kind flying over there. And it's gone. It's getting a bit primordial here. In another few weeks these plants will be approaching head height. Oh, a little patch of bottles. Sauce bottle, jam jar. Nothing very exciting. This is the only treasure I found on this huge beach. A single tiny marble. I'm just focusing on this lovely yellow lichen while I give a warning to those of a nervous disposition to look away from the hanging teddy bear. Was it the flood that wrought this tragedy, or was it something sad or sinister? Poor thing, I'd cut it down if I could reach it and had a knife with me. I'm off a beach and out of a swampy ground and climbing a steep hill, which is probably mostly old rubbish with a thin layer of soil on top. There's a lot of burrows into it. Imagine being a mouse or a rabbit growing up amongst bottles and old boots. It's a hot day and humid, and I'm out of shape. Oh my, it's a golf ball, and it's hatched. I've never seen a hatched one before. Does anyone know what comes out of them? Is that how golfers are born? Or is it something much more scary? All these trees have been planted to try and stabilise the hill, but the rivers are coming and nothing's going to stop it. And down there, if I can show it to you, is a beach I've seen from the other side of the river, and it looks to have some good things to find, but there's no easy way down to it. Thorns all the way down here. I'll head back and see if there's at least a slope without thorns. This looks just about doable. It's steep and the earth looks loose, and I don't really like the idea of climbing back up here, but I do want to explore that beach. So down I go. Do excuse me if the camera gets a bit wobbly. Milk glass cosmetic cream jar. Full of soil, which is not going to easily shake out. More milk glass. Why do I keep picking it up? I know it does sell on Etsy, but I haven't got around to listing any of what I've already got yet. And there's a big cliff face, dark and ugly and beautiful to bottle diggers. And here in this swampy, primordial-looking floodplain, strewn with modern and antique debris, I shall end part 1. Part 2 should be up tomorrow, and we'll have a roundup of the finds from this part of the day's exploration, and part 3 will be coming soon after. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and as ever, if you liked it, please give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the bell icon to enable notifications, comment, share, donate, buy, ignore, whatever is comfortable for you to do. Thank you all very much for watching, and for now, goodbye.